Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first workshop Wednesday for 2024. It is Wednesday, the 3rd of January at 10 a.m. here in Brisbane. We are going to be tuning the aspect of Capricorn. Now, you don't need to have Capricorn in your chart to get benefit from this. We are tuning aspects of the unaware Capricorn and then bringing in the aspects of the fully aware Capricorn, which is pretty awesome because they're such great goal setters and communicators and connectors. And really, that's how we want to start our 2024, is by being able to be really clear on what it is that we want to achieve this year and dusting out those little bits and pieces that might be in the corners that are causing resistance or stopping us from manifesting what it is that we really want. So during these sessions, if you need to get up and get some more water or go to a bathroom or feel like you need to move around just to get some energy out of the body, that's completely fine. You might find that you're yawning, stretching. Sometimes people even burp or do some toning. There are some people in this tuning this morning that have their own tuning forks, and we're using the 174 hertz this morning. If you can just see that there. It's not compulsory. You don't need to have a fork. It just enhances it. And if somebody else in the group is using the fork, even if you can't hear it because everyone's on mute, that will actually amplify this tuning as well. So we are also using the Capricorn astrology boot here. So that's just going to amplify these aspects that we are clearing and then bringing in. So we've got the 174 hertz fork with the Capricorn boot. Okay, so paper and pen. If you've got one of those nearby, just grab that. If not, just quickly go and get one of those. We're going to do some writing of what we want to clear, what you want to bring in, and then I'm going to do the actual clearing with tuning fork for you. Okay, so we are working on Capricorn. So happy birthday to all the Capricorns, or if you've got it in your chart somewhere as well. So in balance, Capricorn are natural planners. They are builders of businesses, networks, communities, friendships, and they always take action to make things happen. So if you are a Capricorn or you know a Capricorn, you will find that they're really wanting to build something of significance, and they want to bring people together, and they want to help people become the best version of themselves, or bring out qualities in them that they probably don't even know that they've got themselves. So they're very magnetic and very capable of just bringing things together. So they're always good at a networking or in a community or in a group that wants to actually get things done. They are the action takers. So out of balance, they might be fearful, they might be cynical or rigid. So these are, the rigidity is when you're fearful of making a change or something new. So it's easier for people to stay in that state of where they know it is, even if it's uncomfortable and they don't even really like it, but they know how to manage it. And it's like, you know, when you have a relationship for a very long time, and it's usually with family, and you have the same arguments over and over and over again for decades. And it's a really well-worn path. The neural pathways are set in stone. You know, if you're going to talk to this person that this is going to be their reaction, then you're going to react like that. And you can predict the outcome, and you stay in it even if you don't like it, because it just feels easier than trying to make a change. But it's when you can make a slight change, make your reaction a little different, they will respond differently. And then that's where change can come in, when there's some movement like that. So it's about changing the rigidity, and the cynicism can come in with that as well, because, oh yeah, I know what that's going to be like, and this is never going to change. But it is fear-based. So we're wanting to change some of those kind of habits, and they can be really big in relationships. It could be how you feel about your work, or even a colleague at work, the boss, the neighbor, anything like that. So we're wanting to bring in Capricorn aspects. They are really driven. They are people who like to follow rules, but they're practical and reliable as well. So this rule following, again, if it's too rigid, can actually be repelling for people. They don't want to be around that. And this can be because they want things to be perfect too. They want these perfect outcomes, which are really not possible. With your pen and paper now, I would just like you to have a think about where or in what area of your life do you sense that you're currently being rigid. You can choose one or a few areas. This is completely your tuning. And also remember, you can come back to this. This is going to be on our learning site. It's going to be on YouTube. So you've got plenty of opportunity to come back and revisit this. So this is usually from a fear. It's like not feeling safe or in control. So what are you being inflexible about that might be holding you back? It could be an idea of how things should be. You're wanting a particular outcome, so you've got to keep to that. Whereas usually we have these ideas or goals, but they change along the way, and that's okay. It doesn't need to be exactly that. Sometimes it's even better if we just let go the control. So just have a think about that. Where the inflexibility or rigidity might be for you at the moment. You can write this down in dot point. You can make it into paragraphs. Doesn't really matter. It's just that these are the things that you're wanting to let go of, things that you're wanting to change. Okay, so just go on to the next question. Are there any rules that you live by that are really restricting you? You're feeling like it's compressing you rather than expanding you. So these might actually be things that other people express to you, and it irritates you when they say, "You always do this. What about that?" And it's like the expectations that you might be projecting onto other people. Think about it like that. So there might be not really conscious for you that they're rules in your life, but they're ways in which you express an expectation. It could be expressed as a judgment or a criticism on somebody else. You're wanting somebody to be a certain way, act a certain way, do certain things, and they don't do it. It's really irritating for you. So So if you find yourself saying or thinking, why can't they just, why don't they, these are like your rules. Okay. Just take a little bit of time with this. And you can be really honest about this because nobody else is going to see what you've written down. You don't have to say it out loud. We're not going to discuss it. It's a really safe, private space for you to really express what you feel. So if you really do feel angry about something or someone, even if it's in the past, get it out now because it's a really good opportunity to release that from your body and your field. So we'll just go on to the next question. What is one area of your life, could be more, but we'll just start with one area of your life where you could be more organized? How would being more organized help you? So being unorganized can be a sign of overwhelm, feeling stuck, like even if you tried, it wouldn't make any difference. So this is really uncovering where you feel frustrated because it might feel too hard. And then underneath that, it's uncovering where you don't feel supported. Where do you feel like you're on your own? It might be with changing careers, it might be in your current job, it could be with your own eating, because that is an area that we can actually control. So it might be binge eating, might be eating something that you know isn't good for you, overeating, or not even just being conscious when you're eating. So like mindless eating, where you eat something and you've had 6 biscuits and you don't even remember doing it, because you're off thinking about other things or you weren't completely focused in that moment. And this is where disconnection comes in. And we do that to keep ourselves safe because we might not feel supported. So it's not really about the action, it's about the feeling that's sitting underneath. That's what we really want to uncover. So if this brings up emotion while you're writing these things down, just breathing in deep through the nose and pushing the air out with the mouth. That's a really good way for the nervous system to calm down, as that's breathing where it's slow in, pushing the air, knowing that it's a feeling, can come and go. So these feelings of overwhelm, feeling stuck, not supported, breathing through them. Now we're going to have a look at where perfectionism might be holding you back. So this doesn't even mean that you're doing something to perfection. It might mean that you're waiting for the perfect time, for the perfect circumstances, and it never arrives. Because there'll always be something else that you think, oh no, but this hasn't happened, or but that doesn't look like this, or but this person did that, or they didn't, or whatever it is, there'll always be something where you're thinking it's not the right time, it's not the right circumstances or place, whatever it is. So that's what we're meaning by perfectionism. So where are you doing that? I'll start exercising when, or get into this new career when that happens, or and that doesn't mean that you go and quit your job and start something without it being, organized and planned and those sort of things. It's the feelings that we're talking about. Okay. So where do you hold yourself back in relationships? And this is so you feel in control. So how can you cultivate trust in yourself to ease the barrier without compromising boundaries? It is often a feeling of safety because you don't want to get hurt, which is valid because most of us have been hurt somewhere along the line. But it's recognizing that boundaries and not allowing other people to treat you with disrespect is different than putting up a barrier where you don't let anybody in. And still be cautious because not everybody is healthy to have in your life. And some of these might not apply to you, some of them all might. So if it's not something that you think is happening in your life right now, that's okay. Okay, so what would you like to unfold in 2024? What's the feeling? Capable, confident, wise, ambitious, achievable goals with kindness to yourself. So if um, it doesn't quite happen or it doesn't work out exactly like that, it's okay. It was the action that was really important. The little steps. Okay, just take some nice deep breaths again now. It's been a lot of writing in a very short amount of time. So if you do want to go back and watch this again and pause in between each question to give yourself some more time, that would be really good too. Now, just place the paper to the side. These are all our intentions to let these emotions from the past to leave our field and our body, remembering that some of these may have been actioned from inherited emotions that you don't know you have too. So if you're looking at this, admonishing yourself at all, just remember that some of it's inherited and it's created ways of being for you that are unconscious, that you didn't know were from somebody else. It doesn't necessarily mean that all of these things are because you chose them consciously. Okay, so if anybody has a tuning fork that they're going to use, you can just strike the tuning fork whenever you feel is right for you. Usually we let it run out after each activation, but if you feel like you need to activate it more than that, that's perfectly fine as well. So we're just using the 174 with the Capricorn boot. And just breathing in, relaxing where you are. You may or may not hear the tuning fork when it's activated. We first are releasing any emotions or ways in which you have been busy, and being busy to avoid setting goals or taking real action. It's the busyness of things that don't matter, the things that don't move forward for your goals. It's like moving mess around, but not actually achieving anything. So we're going to clear it away. That busy, busy, busy. These feelings of being stressed. So all those ways in which you feel you're being rigid or inflexible that are based in feelings of fear or not feeling safe. Just releasing those, breathing in deep, pushing the air out. It's time to let this go. You may not have been aware of this before, but just like a spider's web, it might be thin, but it could be really strong, holding on to you. So we're just letting that go. Releasing those emotions. Remember, be kind to yourself when you're releasing. Self-forgiveness. Pushing that out of the body. You might have noticed this in a family member as well. So just bring that into your awareness that this was energetically inherited from somebody else. If this has been made up in your energetic DNA, we are ready to release this also. Releasing with love, kindness, and forgiveness. Now, like I said earlier, you may not hear the tuning fork, but you'll still be receiving the clearing. There's no boundary on the energy, so you're always receiving, even if you can't hear the tuning fork. Now let's clear the energy related to the rules, the judgments, the criticisms that you may be knowingly or unknowingly projecting onto others and yourself. It always begins with the self first. So just remember, if somebody in your life is saying that you have a habit of doing something, you're always doing it to yourself first. So this is where we need to practice self-kindness as well, and letting go those expectations on ourselves, letting go the self-judgment and self-criticism. If you are using a tuning fork at the moment and you're feeling any emotion in the body, you can activate it and actually hold it onto that space. If you don't have a tuning fork, you can have the intention that the vibration is being directed to that part of the body where you're feeling any resistance or any congestion or any pain. You can hold it in one place, or you can move it around, or have the intention that that vibration is being directed into your body if you don't have it. We're going to be releasing the feelings of overwhelm or feeling stuck. Feeling like you can't make the changes. And this might be manifesting as being disorganized, not completing tasks, or not even starting them, because it feels like too much. If you are feeling this emotion in the throat, you can actually do some toning if you want to. And that can be in any form that you like. It could be a singing note, it could just be a ah. Get that expression out of the body. Just remember, you are all doing this tuning together. And this is even for people who watch the recording, because you are all doing this together. It is amplifying for each other as well. Group tunings brings all of that energy together, all of that intention together for a really good deep tuning and healing. And clearing out any areas where perfectionism is holding you back, where you're waiting for something else to happen, for something to be perfect. Any action is the first step. Making the decision, making a list, just doing one of those actions on the list. One of the actions that's going to move something forward. You can write a list of 100 things. There's probably 3 on there that are really important. They're the action steps of the Capricorn, bringing in that energy of Capricorn that makes the moves, that creates the connections, that takes that first step forward. Breathing in deep. Not wasting your time. The other 97 things that don't make any difference. Bringing in the energy, the natural planning and building energy of Capricorn. Now we're looking at this energy of putting up barriers in relationships. And remember, it's always with yourself as well. You're not allowing yourself to be connected to yourself even before you disconnect from others. We still keep our boundaries and we still keep ourselves safe. We don't allow anyone to walk over us. But we're letting down that rigid barrier that doesn't allow us to even enjoy our life or express ourselves or even ask ourselves the question, what do I want? It's like being in this rigid barrier of a particular ideal that may not have even been ours in the first place. Breathing in. Now, if this brings up some sadness, put your tuning fork on your heart space or just put your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your belly. Just breathe in deep. Pushing that air out of the body. Breathing into the tuning fork or into your hands. Really pushing that air out. Allow that emotion to leave your body. If that feeling is still sitting there, you can actually use your tuning fork and move the tuning fork away from the body just to help push that away. Or if you're using your hands, just move your hands away from the body like you're pushing that energy out, pushing it away, allowing it to leave your body and your field, like you're scooping it up and pushing it out. You might feel this in your feet or your knees, in your belly, maybe coming at the back of your throat as well. Even if your eyes are feeling heavy or sore, just putting your hand in front and just flicking that out. It's like gathering it up, flicking it out. Breathing in deep. So we're bringing in all this beautiful Capricorn energy. How to create goals for you that are not necessarily big and ambitious, but it might be the goal of loving yourself more, having an open heart, changing old patterns. That could be the goal. And this means that you're emotionally connected to yourself. So we're releasing any areas or any part of emotion sitting in the body where you haven't felt connected to yourself, gathering it up, flicking it out, or using your tuning fork, breathing deep, receiving the vibration and frequency from the 174 hertz clock, bringing it into your body and being. Letting go the need for outside validation. Letting go the response to life of being emotionally unavailable. bringing in clarity and being able to express that through your words and ideas. Capricorn has this beautiful energy, being solid and grounded, making plans, making connections, bringing into being what the heart desires. So really connect into that energy, feel it coming down through the crown of the head. It might feel tingly, might be a warm sensation. Even if you're feeling nothing, know that it is actually coming through with your intention, bringing that deep into the third eye. Knowing that you intuitively know what is best for you. Once we uncover all of these fears and judgments and criticisms and perfectionism, you know what is right for you. Feel that Capricorn energy expanding the third eye. You can put the hand on your forehead. You can activate the fourth, put it on the forehead or to the side of the head. All of these points, in the hairline, crown, forehead, the sides of the head, the back of the head, all activate the third eye. So bringing in that Capricorn energy. Clarity and groundedness. Trust your intuition, knowing what is right for you, bringing that energy down through the throat. Bringing in the energy of action of the Capricorn in full awareness. To express, bringing that energy down into the heart. Releasing the rigidness or inflexibility of connection. We need to connect with others to build our dreams, and we help others build our dreams, and that is the energy of the Capricorn. Knowing that you're supported and not alone, bringing that energy into the solar plexus, the energetic center of action, self-empowerment. This is our responsibility center, where what we have projected out into the universe has come back. So this is knowing that we actually have chance for change. No matter what's happened in the past, this is where we are renewing that energy down into the sacral, creating new things in your life, creating an energy from the Capricorn connection of goals, of action, of self-confidence. Bringing that energy deep into the base chakra. This is where we regenerate. This is where we build anew. Think of the tower in the tarot, where the old is brought down so that the new can be rebuilt. This is the energy center, tower of regeneration, the building energy of the Feel the energy of all of those centers joined together. This energy is here to support you, so you can support yourself, so you can support others, so they can support you with encouragement and communication on a deep level. Remembering to treat yourself with kindness and compassion and forgiveness. Breathing in deep. Thanking the energy of Capricorn for having these aspects that can help us to move forward in our lives. Allowing that body to recalibrate this energy. Stay with that feeling. Remember to drink water, soak your feet, or have a bath in Epsom salts. It helps all of those emotions that were in the body to release with more ease, so the body can recalibrate to this new way of being. You can rewatch this recording as often as you need. Connect in as often as you need to. You can watch all the old recordings for the other aspects of the astrology in our learning site or on YouTube. Remember just to bring that kindness to yourself as you go through the day. You can connect with us through the workshops, through email if you have any questions regarding today. And I will see you again in the next tuning.